Welcome back, everybody. This is episode 3 of Lawyer Life. So I wanted to do something more entertaining and have entertaining vlogs, but unfortunately that's not the way COVID is panning out. So we probably will have to hold out on those more exciting vlogs going around the bay, doing different activities, food places, stuff like that, with a mix of a lawyer's life, of course. So we're pretty much gonna stick to more home type videos for the time being. Hopefully they're exciting enough for people to subscribe or keep watching in general. And yeah, let's get into it. So today's episode will basically be on what is it really like passing the California bar exam on the first try. So if you guys have not checked out my actual video, which is the reaction video to me passing the bar exam on the first try, then please check that out. I'll probably leave a small clip of it right here. Mind you, I guess this video might not even go up depending on whether I passed or not, but yeah. Oh my god. I hope you guys do check it out. I'll probably try to put the link in the description if I could remember. I will be making other videos. I think I will probably be shooting a video on how to actually pass the California bar exam on the first try. And I should be making a bar study video on Barbary, which is what I did. And a close friend of mine from law school should be providing me with a video on his bar study program, which was Kaplan. So hopefully I could provide that to everybody sooner than later. So I think the most important thing to point out is what the biggest emotion is, and I think that's not necessarily happiness. I think it's relief. Most people obviously do not pass the California bar exam on the first try. Other people do give up. To be honest, I wasn't sure exactly which path I was going to take if I didn't pass. That is basically why I put everything I had into taking the bar exam on the first try. I pretty much put in about 65 hours a week on average during the span of bar study. So I really did feel like I was going above and beyond it. That doesn't mean I felt completely ready for the exam per se. I think I felt generally ready. There were areas that I was just not grasping as quick, and if it did come up on the bar exam, who knows, maybe I wouldn't have passed, or it just really depends on the subtopics and stuff like that. But you know, luck does play into, I think, everybody's story when it comes to the California bar exam, or any bar exam in general. It could just be topics that are well in your mind and stuff you understand really well. Those topics could end up coming up, and the ones that you don't understand as well don't come up. So luck definitely is a part of what goes on in actually passing, but that doesn't mean that you could just easily rely on luck. You do have to put a lot of time into preparing for the exam. But yeah, anyways, so definitely relief is probably the biggest sign of when you figure out that you did pass. It's definitely a surprising moment, to say the least. I don't think anybody could be very confident that they did pass. So when you do pass, it's like a huge sign of relief, but initially you're pretty shocked, you're very surprised. You're not even 100% sure that you passed, even though it's like literally right in front of your eyes. You almost feel like something might have gone wrong. Maybe it's not actually true that you passed, so you check the pass list multiple times, or you look at different sources for who passed and who didn't, which is what I did. It's definitely very hard to believe. So I think it starts off with just complete shock, and you're not very sure how to feel. And then it's like a huge sigh of relief, because if you were gonna take it again, then you have to study all over again from the beginning. You have to, you know, go through months of studying, then you take the bar exam, then you have to wait additional months, and it's really gruesome. I pretty much applaud anybody that had to take it more than once. I don't think I would have it in me to do that. I think it takes a lot of heart and persistence and perseverance. I feel like generally speaking, I have those qualities, but it's just, I don't think people necessarily understand exactly what you have to suffer through when it comes to bar study and actually waiting for the results. It is very like painful, and it's something on your mind all the time. When you're in bar study, you're always thinking about whether you're doing enough, whether you're grasping enough, whether you can memorize enough, whether you're understanding enough, what the test questions might be. Is the MBE section going to be hard? Is it going to be easier? And then once you actually taken the exam, then you're thinking about what the questions actually were, how well you answered them, what you could have said, what you did say, whether you're going to pass, whether you're not going to pass, what you're going to do if you don't pass. If you did pass, where are you going to work, or will you get the job you want? In the wait, maybe you're going to be applying to jobs, and that's going to bring extra uncertainty. Whether you got the job, if you did get the job, will you actually pass to be able to accept the job? What will happen? This is probably the biggest moment of your life, and a lot of things can go either way, really, and you're not really sure exactly which way your life is going to head. So I think waiting in anticipation for the results is very grueling, and I think it messes with you mentally for sure. But yeah, so huge sign of relief. You're very shocked at first, then you're very relieved that you don't have to suffer through any of it all over again. Now you kind of suffer through something else, which is like job process, applying to jobs, looking into interviews, stuff like that. So it kind of removes one struggle and closes that chapter of your life and opens a new chapter of your life. But obviously this is more of a common struggle, since a lot of people, switch around in jobs, apply to jobs, stuff like that. So your struggle is more relatable to like everybody else at this point. But yeah, I think it's just so crazy to know that you passed. You're in very disbelief. I think a lot of pressure plays into it because you don't know. You're kind of like pressured into this like corner where you feel like everybody's looking at you, and whether you passed or not is like very important to you, especially because that's how people perceive you. And it ends up being this battle within like a battle itself, because you're battling yourself in a way where you're not sure what's gonna happen with your own life and stuff. And to add more pressure to that, you have everybody looking at you, whether it's law students, your school, especially if you go to a small school, family, friends, everybody's kind of like looking at you, and you're the spotlight, you're the center of attention. And even if you might like that normally, this is not the moment in your life where you wanted to be there, because it just adds more pressure and stresses you out even more. So that's another reason why it's a huge relief, because you don't have to like deal with the atmosphere again, and it's kind of over with. I think you are very happy, so I feel like you're shocked and surprised at first, then there's a sigh of relief, then the happiness settles in, and you're kind of like, wow, like I really just passed it. I don't know how I passed it. Obviously you studied for it and stuff, but even then you're kind of like, wow, like it really just happened. I passed. It's unbelievable. Short, like a very small amount of people do pass, so you're just like, wow, like so many people unfortunately did not pass, even though they probably worked their heart out, and you somehow managed to. So it's like this very crazy feeling, and you're like very happy. Obviously you might not be you might feel a bit bad towards all the other people, because a lot of people do put their life on hold just for this one moment to study for the bar exam and sit for it, and unfortunately it does not pan out that well. So you kind of have this sign of like grief towards the other people. I think the feelings don't necessarily go away for the most part. I passed the bar exam almost 1 month ago at this point. I think the scores come out on May 8th, and at this point today, I believe is like June 3rd or something like that when I'm shooting this. And it still crosses my mind in a way where I'm still like baffled that I did pass. It's kind of like in the back of my mind, I'm just like, wow, like that really just happened. It happened a month ago, but you know, it still happened, and I might have moved forward from that and I'm doing something else now. But it's kind of like you always draw yourself back to that moment where you were opening your scores and it was a few minutes before release time, and you're clicking refresh and it just pops up and you're just staring at it, and you know, it's like the craziest feeling in the world, because it seems like everything you worked for is like climbing up to that one like very moment. So it's very crazy. Months go by, or at least 1 month has almost gone by here, and it still crosses my mind all the time, like my reaction to it and what it really felt like, and you know, being shocked. And even now I'm kind of like, wow, that was like a shocking moment and I still can't believe it happened and whatnot. So it's like this never ending feeling, and I'm sure like months will go by and I'll still feel the same way. I think it's like a moment that's gonna live with you forever. It's kind of like your big day, almost like graduation and stuff.
6 hours later.
But yeah, that's pretty much all. Thank you all for watching. That was episode 3 of Lawyer Life. I will be shooting episode 4 shortly. I hope you all like, share, and subscribe, and pretty much follow my life and see where it takes us together. Hopefully it brings good things for myself and all of you. Hopefully it's entertaining. I know this is not the perfect setting for vlogs. I know it's not the most enthusiastic or entertaining stuff right now, but please bear with me. I am trying to push out more videos so I could like kind of progress through this lawyer life of mine and have everybody view it along with me and kind of like live through the moments with me. And I just don't want to put this off for like months until COVID ends before I start shooting, because at that point, months of like my startup and how I became a lawyer, or like being like a new lawyer, will kind of phase out by the time COVID may end. So I kind of don't want to push off the video so much that you miss out on a huge segment, and so do I, and I can't really look back at those moments that were never shot. So please bear with me, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all for watching. That was episode 3. Episode 4 will be coming shortly.